Okay, now we need to get into stoichiometry for solutions. And this is where they'll usually give you a concentration and a volume of one, and then a volume of the other, and you have to find the concentration. So the way that this works is in our table, all we can put is moles. Remember that ice tables only accept moles. So before we do anything, let's first figure out how many moles of sodium hydroxide we have, and then see if we can figure out how many moles of HCl there were. My equation is already balanced, so I'm going to skip that step and move on to finding the moles of sodium hydroxide. Now, according to my equation triangle, moles is concentration times volume. I'm given concentration over here, 0.1. I'm given volume over here, 0.4 decimeters cubed. So my number of moles of sodium hydroxide is 0.04 moles. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this number of moles in the table. According to the balanced chemical equation, well, first I know I'm going to use up all of these. How do I know that it's used up? Because that's how much is needed to neutralize the alkali. So that's how much we had to use to neutralize the alkali. So we end up with 0 at the beginning. Now again, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, it must mean that there was also 0.04 moles of HCl at the beginning, and there was none used up. Now here, instead of trying to find the final amount of moles of HCl, we're actually trying to find the initial amount. And the initial amount is over here. So all we have to do is figure out the concentration. My concentration, again from my equation triangle, is moles divided by volume. Here from my ice table, I got 0.04 moles, and the container had a volume of 0.56 decimeters cubed. Doing this division, I get 0.0714 blah 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 moles per decimeter cubed. So this one's a little tricky because instead of having to find a product, we're actually finding how much of a reactant initially there was. So we know how many moles of NaOH there are that had to react, and we're trying to find how much HCl was there when it first reacted. And again, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio, sodium hydroxide started with 0.04 moles, so does HCl.